Welcome to Mama Cooks Love. Today we're making Neapolitan Style Pizza, just like the one I ate while I was in Sorrento. As you know, I lived and trained in Sorrento in the Amalfi Coast. It is in the state of Naples in Italy, and I got the chance to eat at Da Michele's, the best Italian pizzeria in the whole world. That pizza took me out of my body into a whole divine experience. It was an experience of eating pizza in heaven. While we will not be eating heavenly pizza in Naples, I'm going to teach you how to turn your home oven into a really nice hot oven that will make your pizza crusty on the outside, chewy on the inside, delicious Neapolitan style pizza. I do have to say, preparing for today, I left my oven hot with the stone in it for the past 4 hours and my oven clock melted. So heat up at your own risk. The worst thing could happen is you can melt anything plastic in your oven, but my oven is really nice and hot and ready for that pizza. So to make the pizza, we actually need to plan a day ahead. The really good and delicious pizza dough starts the day before. You want to give the yeast time to develop. You want that pizza dough to become delicious and almost sour, that has that yummy fermented taste. Otherwise, you will be having a really delicious white bread pizza. It's not a lot of work. You just have to plan ahead. I usually like to start my pizza dough on Thursday night. So I know on Friday, we usually do pizza and family movie night. Of course, it's very delicious. If you leave the dough in the refrigerator for a couple of days, it would still be very, very delicious, but no more than 2 days in the fridge. I actually started my dough yesterday, so we do the magic of TV for you today. The ingredients for this are 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast, a 1.5 cups of water, 3.5 to 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and 2 teaspoons of salt and a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. So I already have a teaspoon of dry active yeast here, not instant, just dry active yeast. And I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of warm water. It's body temperature if you're slightly feverish. I'm gonna give the yeast a stir with the fork to activate it. And then I'm gonna hit that with 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm gonna mix that and set that aside somewhere nice and warm for about 1/2 hour to an hour. So I already prepped one for you so we can make it together. And I made this actually a couple of hours ago. Look how beautiful it is. The leftover cup of water goes right into my stand mixer. By the way, you don't need the stand mixer. I'm just showing you the lazy version. I will finish it off with my hands, but I always like to let the mixer do a lot of the work. I know you're busy just like me, so I'm just giving you the lazy, easy version. So right here with the water, I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of olive oil. I'm also gonna add the Polish. This is the name or the mixture of the yeast with the water and the flour. I wish you could smell. It smells so delicious and yeasty. All right, and we just want it on low stir. And then we're gonna start adding the flour 1 cup at a time. We might not need all 4 cups. I took that 1/2 cup of flour that I mixed with the 1 teaspoon of yeast and the 1/2 cup of water from my total measurement of 4 cups of flour. And as you can see, it's starting to gather. So I don't think I'm gonna need all 4 cups, but we'll see. Now the dough looks nice and it's pulled together. I'm gonna take it out and knead it by hand and show you how to knead it until it's nice and smooth and elastic, and we'll set it aside to let it rise. Look at this beautiful dough. So it's a little bit sticky. And we just gonna work it. And you'll feel your dough. You don't wanna add too much flour, because if you do, then it will be a little bit too rough. And you want a delicious fermented dough that holds itself without crumbling and being too rough. And what we're doing is we're developing that delicious gluten that would make the webs of the dough. It's a great workout. A good dough needs to be kneaded for about 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes 20 minutes. Now, if you prefer, you could do this whole thing in the mixer. I found it relaxing. Plus, it keeps my arms nice and strong. At this point, I like to add the salt. 2 whole teaspoons of salt. The dough will end up delicious and fermented, and it's good to work it after so the yeast doesn't die. I'm feeling bubbles in the dough. It is so beautiful. It's already alive. I love working with dough. It's one of the only times you get to work with something that's alive. Dough ready to be put. Beautiful. Now, I like to tuck it under as I go to make a nice, beautiful balloon. And we're gonna put it in a Tupperware and set it in the refrigerator 24 to 48 hours, no longer than that. Bless you. You wanna give it a little bit of flour to eat. And in to the fridge. Here is the dough that I made yesterday. Don't want to do a lot of flour. Wow, look how beautiful and alive. So grateful for it. From this dough, I can get between 3 to 4 individual pizzas. And the best way to cut it is just to don't want to disturb it too much. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Now, this is how they taught me to do it in Sorrento. I'm gonna do this, and we're gonna stretch it out. And we're gonna get the ball. It's good to shape the balls and let them rest. Let's do just a little bit of flour. Do another one. Right here, I have another ball. I'm just gonna shape it. Another way to shape it, you could do it like this. You're just creating resistance. It feels nice and elastic. And voila, it's gonna start relaxing right away, just like that. And we're shaping. Beautiful. Voila. So you want to kind of stick in your place, and it's going to create resistance in your hand, and just keep going. I forgot to add a little bit of flour for these guys. So while these guys relax and do their thing, we're going to make pizza sauce. Let's make pizza margherita. So to make pizza margherita, we need Neapolitan style pizza dough, some fresh mozzarella, the one that comes packed in water, Parmigiano Reggiano, fresh basil leaves, extra virgin olive oil, San Marzano tomatoes. You really want to make sure you use San Marzano tomatoes. If you don't, it will not taste Neapolitan style pizza. The pizza sauce is usually just hand crushed whole peeled San Marzano tomatoes mixed with salt, olive oil, and a couple of torn basil leaves. That's it. Keep it simple and authentic. You don't want to blend your tomatoes because the sauce will become very watery. The best way is just to hand crush the tomatoes to have a really good tomato sauce. It's actually very therapeutic. I preheated my oven to 550 degrees. You just preheat your oven to the maximum that you can preheat it. And I have an oven stone sitting inside of my oven to radiate the heat and give me that delicious crispy crust that we're looking for without having a wood burning oven. If you don't have an oven stone, you can get regular bricks, good old bricks, wrap them in tin foil, put them on a baking sheet and put them in the oven. The longer you heat up your oven, the hotter it would become and the more delicious your pizza crust would be. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands and finish off my sauce. By the way, once the pizza starts cooking, it should be ready within 3 to 4 minutes. To my crushed tomatoes, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of salt and a nice generous gulp of olive oil and a couple of torn basil leaves. That's it. We have Neapolitan style pizza sauce. So before you get your pizza dough stretched out and ready, you have to have all your ingredients ready. Usually in a Neapolitan pizzeria where the oven has wood, it takes 90 seconds. The ovens are between 900 and 1200 degrees. So here is the Parmigiano, and now to the mozzarella. This is the one that comes packed in water. It is superb. Pizza in Naples does not have shredded cheese on it. Usually the cheese is cut up like that, like thin slices. This is what we're gonna do today to emulate that. They don't even use what you call mozzarella cheese. True Neapolitan pizza, it's the freshest type of mozzarella, even though this is packed in water, super delicious, fresh mozzarella from California. The one they use in Italy is called fiore di latte. It is melt in your mouth cheese. It is definitely related to the mozzarella family, but it's just so much more superb. We have all of our ingredients ready. See this? Don't want to disturb it too much. Just a little bit. Neapolitan pizza has puffy edges, not because the dough is thick. No, no, no. It's because the air has gone in it and it's nice and thin in the middle. It is crispy and chewy, but it's still soft and tender. My oven goes maximum 550 degrees. I have my pizza stone heating up. I've been heating it up for a few hours. The longer you leave your pizza stone in your oven, the better your pizza crust would taste when it comes out. So I have my pizza ball. You're gonna do this, and then this. And wait, 1, 2, 3. Flip. 1, 2, 3. Flip. All right, our pizza has been stretched out. Make sure it's gonna be easy to put in and out. Next, don't want to add too much, just enough to cover the dough. And you want to leave a little tiny rim on the outside for your crust to rise. Okay, maybe a little bit more. I have some negative space. Here we go. And now I'm just gonna slide it, a little pinch, teensy bit of salt, and into the oven for 2 minutes. Then we'll take it out and add the cheese. Two minutes are out. I'm gonna slide my pizza out, add the cheese to it, Parmigiano Reggiano, and the mozzarella. 2 more minutes and yummy pizza. Pizza is ready. Oh my goodness, look at this beauty. Oh wow, I am so excited. Can you believe this came out of your house oven? What it needs, some fresh torn basil leaves. All right, and maybe one whole one. Moment of truth. Listen to this. Mamma mia, like they say in Italy. Oh my goodness. Okay. Look at that. I ate the first piece so fast that I'm having to do a second take on it. Alla salute. To your health, like they say in Italy. Delicious, yeasty, but not overpowering. Oh, fermented, so yummy. I can't believe I made that in my home oven. Please let me know how you like it. If you have any questions, write that in the comment section. Hit like, subscribe, take pictures of your pizzas and tag me on social media. Hashtag Mama Cooks Love. I'm gonna try not to finish inhaling the rest of the pizza. From my heart to yours, love, light, and blessing with Mama Cooks Love.